How you doing, Mike?
Good. How do we even need an intro? Do we just say fuck intros?
No,
just go for it?
intros are for tryhards.
Right, well, it's like you're saying, what if I just started right now? Would be good. Is that it? Are we going right now?
Yeah,
is this it?
This is it, Mike.
Do we say our names or anything?
Yeah, I'm Tina. AKA
Oh,
She Knows. And that's
Yeah,
Mike.
I'm Mike. What is this? What are we doing? Podcast.
The Crossplay Podcast. I have no idea what episode.
Damn it, we did an intro. We just said we weren't going to do an intro. That's an intro.
That wasn't really an intro. That was more of an improvised thing.
It was still an intro.
Welcome to the Crossplay Podcast, episode something.
You're still doing it.
I know. It's the Halloween edition,
Shit.
I think.
Is it? We're getting spooky?
I mean,
4 days
all
from now,
of 2020 has been the Halloween edition, to be honest.
I also just time-stamped the podcast by saying that. It's 2020.
Yeah, I also did too.
Yeah.
2020, October 27th. It's going to be Halloween this weekend.
What time is it, Tina?
6:16 p.m.
There you
Eastern
go.
Standard Time.
Where were you
If we're going to date this shit, we're going to date it right.
That's right. Where were you when this was recorded? Everyone remembers this one.
I'm in my office, aka my bedroom. My bed is.
I'm talking to the viewers,
away from
Tina. We know where we are. We're talking about it.
Yeah, where were you?
Viewer, comment where you were.
Where were you during the apocalypse?
I want an exact coordinate system. Thank you.
No, don't dox yourself.
Don't do that. That's just weird.
General vicinity will work.
Anyway, we're supposed to talk about stuff.
We are. We
Right.
haven't done this in at least a year, right?
Well, I mean, nothing's happened in like a year.
Nothing's
right?
happened. In more like in a metaphorical way, nothing's happened. Like nothing.
Except
in my
like
life
this has been the most chaotic year ever.
You know, it all started with the Australian wildfires. That happened
I
this
think
year.
we can blame Australia for everything.
You think it's Australia's fault that the world is spiraling out of control, even though they have 0 cases right now?
I mean, all I know is you've never seen COVID and an Australian in the same room. Is that too metagame?
Do you think it was a cover-up? Do you think
Yep.
that's why they only have so many cases?
Yep, definitely. They're also
They only
they
only need a couple cases, and then
they can't claim fires either because we got that here too.
Well, we had fires twice around, actually. We had our fires.
That's true, but California's taking all those these days.
Well, that's true. California just has a lot of wildfires. I think they started in January as well in California. They just weren't nearly as bad as Australia.
I'm convinced California is Australia.
We're getting in some deep state shit right now.
And the moon landing was fake, so.
And the Earth is rectangular.
Whoa, fuck.
Everyone
That's
says
next level.
it's flat, but they never considered the shape. They think it's a flat,
I got nothing.
circle, but it's a
anything.
rectangle.
I don't know. I listened to Vsauce and he told me otherwise.
So
know-
you think it's a triangle?
That's exactly what I'm
'Cause
saying.
the
Yes,
Illuminati.
actually, it was either that or a cuboid. Both made more sense than a sphere. Anyway, video games.
Video games. I'm officially.
Yeah.
This is officially a crossplay podcast because I am moving over to PC for the most part.
Oh, you're.
Well, someone had to do it eventually. It's the crossplay podcast, Mike.
Well, you can do both, Tina. That's how you crossplay.
But like, people would get mad at us because we were all playing on the same console. Like, this isn't a crossplay podcast. You're all playing on the same console.
Well, now at the point of current gaming, you can do both now.
You can
you
do
just have
both.
to deal with Discord.
But I'm trying to update my computer, and it's
Talk to me when
about
Among Us is on
$600, $650, and
Ew.
that's a little bit more than a console and a couple games. So I might as well just update my PC because it's been a good 4 or 5 years.
Are you saying you're not getting PS5?
Not for the foreseeable future.
Did you see the side-by-side of the PlayStation 4?
I did. It's a beefy boy.
It is a beefy boy, but I don't give a damn.
I hate the design of it. I hate it. It looks so fucking tacky.
What's wrong with the floor fan?
It looks so tacky.
It's just a floor fan.
But it's growing on me. Now that I've seen it out of the box, it's starting to grow on me. I wouldn't have a place to put it, to be fair.
I mean, I always just put my PlayStation I put my monitor on top of my PlayStation. Is that blasphemy?
Some people would consider it so.
I do it. I don't have a problem.
I don't think
use
it's
this.
that bad. I personally, because my monitors aren't that big. If you have like an ultra wide, you might break it.
Do you think they're going to come up with better names for that in the future? Like right now it's ultra wide. What's the next one going to be?
I don't know. I think they're
Oh,
going
I
to
feel-
focus more on the interior specs rather than the gimmicks. Because ultra wide is kind of a gimmick for a specific.
Do you think they're gonna follow the Pokemon trend and go like originally it was great wide, now it's ultra wide? Do you think the next one's gonna be like what?
Ultra,
like master wide?
Well, there's only Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball. Right,
there's all the other fancy.
There's a
ones.
bunch of other balls, but they have more specific things. So in a sense, I think you are right. You have monitors that are like 1440p, 144
Do you think that's
hertz.
the premier ball of TVs? The 1440? Do you think that's the premier ball of TVs?
No, I think TVs skipped 1440p and went straight to 4K from 1080.
What's the Pokemon equivalent then?
For TVs?
Yeah, for like the big boy.
They're
like
probably
the
a dusk balls.
Dusk.
Or luxury balls.
Luxury balls is good. That's a good call. That's a good look. Anyway.
Right, the analogy. Anyway, I think most gaming monitors, because most people can't run 4K at high frame rates, and I think most people value frame rates over resolution, typically. So I think technology is leaning towards having panels monitor panels, be IPS, which is more color accurate.
Oh, man.
Because typically high frame rate monitors are TN panels, but they look hideous. So
I'm going to pretend like I know what you're saying, so just keep going.
It's going to switch over to IPS panels. I might be saying the acronym incorrectly, dyslexia. But it's just more color accurate with we want higher response times, so 1 millisecond response time. And I think instead of 140 hertz or 144 hertz monitors, they're going to be 1080, 240 hertz. That's going to be the staple, I think.
Man, you were knowledgeable about this. You've been like reading comics or something? What's going on?
No, I just watched Line Detective.
Okay, that makes sense. He did a video with Slow-Mo Guys like a few months back.
Did he? I know he's done a lot of collabs over the years.
Yeah, and I'd seen the memes. Like, there's one meme picture of him right now with him just like looking at the camera. Mm-hmm. But I never watched him. And then he did a collaboration with the Slow-Mo Guys, and they like built them a beefy PC.
Oh yeah, they made them. No, they didn't. Did they build them a PC, or did they give them a server for storage?
The one I saw was a PC.
Oh, the one I saw was...
Or maybe it was a server.
Yeah, it was a server because they just had a shit ton of hard drives in their house. That was like a year ago.
They gotta have like shit ton of terabyte
gigantic
storage.
files because they do like 4K slow-mo videos, and it's just disgusting amounts of storage.
How big do you think this podcast is gonna be?
Oh, not even a gig.
If we stop now, it'll be real low.
Yeah, not even a gig.
Do you think we're saving the environment by stopping right now?
No. I think we're doomed, Mike. I think we're past that point.
Shoot. Anyway.
Well, yeah, no, I think monitors are going to stay at 1080 with more frame rates. I think that's going to be the more consumer-friendly option, because high frame rate 4K monitors are still really expensive. And
I'm still waiting for those to be normal.
And most people can't even run 4K. Well, but that might change with the new graphics cards, the 380s and the 370.
I feel like we're 5 years from 4K being like the norm. Like you can't buy a 1080p.
4K's been around for a really long time.
Yeah, but like the norm, you know?
I know, but that's the thing. 1080 was adopted relatively quickly, I think. But it's
because 1080 is a big difference.
It's been the mainstream for so long.
It's true.
Except for TVs
I just think
and such.
A lot of people are fine with 1080.
Yeah, and I think more people would, if you can get a card that can run 4K, 144 hertz for a couple $100, most people would do that.
Yeah, I think we're like 5 years from that.
But it's just still too expensive. I don't know if we're even 5 years from that. I don't know. I have a 4K 60 monitor and I love it. It's beautiful. It's great for It's great for content creation, not so much for gaming. Because I have two 1080s, which SLI has been dead for years, but I bought it when SLI was still alive and well.
Are they dead? I don't know the.
SLI is just, it's not the optimal way to run games, and NVIDIA doesn't support it anymore, and only certain games support it, so it's a waste.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't really need a 4K player when everyone's playing Among Us these days.
Right? I mean, you can play it on your phone. But there are still games that are really popular that do demand more performance, especially the poorly optimized games like Modern Warfare, Cold War.
Yikes. Fucking shots fired. There goes that sponsorship, Tina. Psych, Activision. Nice try.
I can't get my Warzone to run well. I get like 80 frames at 1080.
You know where you could run it? well.
How?
Console, I'm gonna get
it still looks better than console.
Alright, fair enough.
It still I think if I try to switch over to console I might get motion sick. And I don't want to be a PC elitist in that sense.
Do you think anyone's made a mod for Among Us that makes it like 4K?
Why would you need to?
Because that sounds awesome.
Just to the like hyper realistic little plastic dudes running around.
Like fluid animations and
like
everything.
Real blood spurts out of your TV.
Okay, I think it's a little beyond 4K there too.
4D.
Wasn't that a gimmick movie theaters were doing for a while? They were like getting those 5D.
They still do it. It's like you have to pay a lot of money for those tickets.
I imagine
because
they
shake
get a bunch of water
and they spray water at you and
I
did that. It was the only theater that had it. They were doing it for the My Hero Academia movie last year.
What?
Yeah, so
a bunch of
the
weebs
chairs
get the special treatment.
The chairs were shaking and they sprayed water at you sometimes. Oh, it was dope, and they put smoke during big explosions, like little mist machines. It was really cool.
Dang. The weeb's getting all the special treatment. Where's my special treatment? I want to see Detective Pikachu. I want to see lightning flash across the screen.
Dude, that movie was trash, but...
What?
This is a movie podcast. What do you mean, what? It was terrible.
It was not amazing, but it was good.
It was not good. What do you mean?
Look, it was predictable. I'll give you that.
It was garbage.
You go for the animation and all that. You don't really go for the story. You go for the nostalgia.
I guess, but even then, some of the Pokemon designs were hideous.
Well, yeah, I think they were kind of going for that for a couple.
Yeah, man. It was by, I think, one of the people that got to work on the movie did hyper-realistic Pokemon fan art.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And honestly, my favorite, I think, was Ludicolo. And you can't change my mind about that.
But he's hideous. Like, I get the idea that Pokemon in real life would be hideous, but why not stylize it? I'm just not a fan of making animation ugly. Because that's the beauty of...
What do you think about Sonic, then?
Oh, God. That's the beauty of animation. You can make it look good in all scenarios. Yeah. Especially because, what was that Christmas movie that came out last year? It was a 3D movie design, or it was a 2D animated movie designed to look like it was 3D.
I have no idea.
Beautiful movie. I think it won an Oscar.
I have no idea. Can we change to a movie podcast really quickly?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I want to bring up a trailer I saw.
Which one?
Do you know the one that it's Mel Gibson playing Santa, and he put a kid on a naughty list, and the kid hired an assassin to try to kill him?
The Netflix movie?
I don't think it's Netflix. I could be wrong, but I think it's a movie where essentially Santa's trying to dodge an assassin.
Well,
and
Mel
it's like
Gibson hasn't been prevalent in movies for a long time, right?
That's what I thought. But this looked funny. I don't know.
Is it a new movie?
It's coming out this year.
So that makes me think Netflix. That makes me think it's a Netflix movie.
I don't know. I'd have to.
Because Netflix is greenlighting all these ideas. That's the problem with Netflix. I said it on my Discord. Netflix is so eager to throw money at strange ideas that would normally never be made. But the second it doesn't become a fucking international sensation, they cancel it.
Well, South Park even made fun of them for that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did. South Park made an episode where a bunch of people were spewing a bunch of garbage as pitches to Netflix, and they just hired everyone on to come up the show.
And then they fired them.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that.
No, I haven't watched South Park in a long time. I enjoy South Park.
I looked up the movie. It's called Fat Man.
Fat Man.
Yeah. And it looks like it's in select theaters, and then I don't know if I can't spot where they say it's coming out digitally, but they said it's coming out digitally as well.
Well, that's probably how most people are going to see it. But digital does not make money right now. You have
did better.
You have a group of people who are accustomed to not paying for a movie when they watch it. Because it's streaming, right? They just pay the monthly fee. Why would I pay another $20 to $30 on top of that for an individual movie when it releases?
I remember hearing a story, and I don't remember, it was an animated movie, and I can't remember which one it was, but it released digitally because it came out originally around April, and that's when COVID hit, and all theaters closed. Uh-huh. And they released it digitally, and they said it did better than what they've predicted.
The Trolls movie.
Yes, it was the Trolls movie.
But
I
they
think that's
didn't
right.
sell it for $20, $30. Disney tried to do that with the Mulan movie, and it did horribly.
Well, because first of all, I think it was a bad movie in the first place.
Well, it was a terrible movie in the first place. I agree, but normally audiences love the live action stuff because of nostalgia, right? And it's
I
something
never
to bring
got
your
into
kids
it.
to. I don't like it either, but the movies make fucking money, and the Lion King's getting a sequel. And
Did you hear? Well, first of all, I don't count that as live action. That's not live action. Second
live,
of all,
quote unquote live action. Go ahead.
yeah. Well, second of all, have you heard of a single live action like remake of something doing well? I can't think of one.
Live action remake doing well.
Like, you know how Avatar had one, right?
The Jungle
Utter
Book.
trash heap.
Did you
What'd you
see
say?
the live action Jungle Book? It was like the first one Disney did.
I don't think I have, but I've
That was
never really got
okay.
into that.
It wasn't horrendous. It wasn't like an assault on the eyes like some of these other movies are.
So are you saying it did it justice, though?
I would say so, but there's been so many iterations of the Jungle Book over the years. It's not just a Disney thing. It's a
I
Disney
guess.
thing now, but no, I don't.
guess.
I don't think it was a terrible adaptation because they had actors. Most of it was animated like The Lion King, but not to an obnoxious degree. It didn't make them look super realistic. And then you had Mowgli running around as a child actor,
Huh.
and it looked okay. I'm not a big fan of the Jungle Book in general, but it was inoffensive, right? I think
was
a lot of
inoffensive.
I think a lot of these other live action movies are offensive. They're like an
Generally, you
insult.
don't want your live action remake to be described as inoffensive.
Yeah, no, that it's like the bottom of the barrel in terms of like good movie, but top tier in terms of live action. No, it was like the Lion King was insulting. The Lion King live action was actually insulting in a lot of ways.
And they're making a sequel?
They're making a sequel, I believe.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I was actually insulted. Like they had, you know, the scene where Simba is running back.
Simba.
And
Yes.
it's like a beautiful, intense
Morning.
song.
Yes.
They had Beyonce. Instead.
Yep.
And they had a dung beetle rolling shit through all the scenes. Instead of seeing Simba run through all the planes in like a little montage, you see a dung beetle rolling shit with a piece of his hair through all these different places.
Random interjection. I was driving to work this morning because I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And when I parked in my parking lot, I discovered that it must have been a flock of geese just destroyed the parking lot. And I thought I had to share that with you because I had to watch where I was like stepping. Anyway, back to Lion King.
No, that's great. Have you ever witnessed like come up into a parking lot and seen a parking lot like that, but it's pigeons, and someone's car got fucking nuked by pigeons?
No, but I'd love to see that.
It's glorious. You feel so bad for the person, but at the same time, you're like, damn.
Hell no, I don't feel bad. That sounds awesome. I'd love to see that.
Oh man, yeah, no, we had a problem with geese growing up too. You just had to walk to school avoiding all this shit.
You need to, if you see that with the pigeons, I need you to take a picture and send it to me.
Oh, dude, another thing I should have taken a picture and sent it to you. You know 2B, the character from Nier Automata?
No.
Google
Is that the one with the eye patch?
That's the one with the blindfold. And a
Yes,
big
okay, yes. That blindfold is one of
I was
yes.
picking up some food, and
Uh-huh.
some champion of anime had 2B painted on the side of his car.
No. What do you mean by champion of anime? Go back to that.
A champion
What
of
are you talking
anime
about?
because he had anime all over his car.
Oh, he was decked out. He pimped his car out.
He didn't paint it. It was like properly custom detailed
What?
with 2B on each side of his car.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did. He was getting in his car. I didn't want to take a picture of him.
Damn it, you should have. That's totally worth looking
But
embarrassing
holy shit, it
Damn
had
it.
everything. It was like unapologetically, I love anime.
for. Was it
It was
Japan?
It was promiscuous. It wasn't like butt naked, right? It was, you could have it in public, but you would be embarrassed to have a shirt like that in public.
I don't think he was embarrassed, Tina.
I don't think he was. I don't think he gave a shit. And I think it was outside of a ramen place. I don't think he gave a shit.
Do you think never mind. I was gonna say, do you think he got a discount because he was outside of a ramen place?
No, I think they charged him more.
Okay, I sure hope you're right. I really hope you do. Oh my god.
It was.
I was gonna say the craziest car I've ever seen is just one that had a bunch of like gems, like attached to it all over.
Gems. I was in the most outrageous one I've seen recently because I've never seen it before. I've seen like hillbillies with like American flags painted on their cars. This man, his entire hood was the Mexican flag.
That is amazing.
It was beautiful. I had never seen it before. I was like, that looks dope, but I would never do that.
I like to imagine the guy with the anime car.
Uh-huh.
You know how like people customize their mufflers?
Right?
I'd like to think that when he like revved his car, it made the sound of like an anime girl.
Oh, God.
Can you envision it in your mind?
No, but I can envision him turning on his car and it's just an anime intro playing.
Yeah.
Do you think he's the main character of life?
No, he's not, Tina. He's like the side character that everyone thinks is weird.
I was going to say, because a lot of people think they're the main character in their own lives.
Well, yeah. No, he's just strange.
He's just strange, but he loves it, man. He takes pride in that baby.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
He pulls up to the weeb conventions, and I'm sure everyone wants to take a picture with his 2B.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Decal.
Yes. Honestly, by the way, can we give it a timestamp? Where's everyone at right now? 6:37.
Yep, 6:37.
6:37 on October 27th.
Yep.
Anyway, back to the story. Tina, there's one thing I DM'd you the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I said I'm excited.
What
I
are you
had
excited
plans.
for? The surprise.
I had plans. The surprise was intended to be today. Out of my control.
Damn it.
We're going to have to postpone the surprise. I was promised things and let down horribly.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so Tina, I want you to know, and everyone else listening, there was supposed to be a valiant surprise today, but it's not going to happen. Outside of my control.
That's disappointing that you brought it up and you're just like, now we're not going to talk about it.
Well, because I know it would have you probably would have DM'd me and saying, hey, what was your surprise? Because it never would have happened, you know?
Right.
And I want to bring it up now. I have mud in my face.
To hold you accountable.
Yeah, I have mud in my face. Everyone has to know there was a surprise, and it's because of one person that I can't reveal why there is not a surprise.
Can we get a hint towards what the surprise is? It could be very vague.
Your hint is that it involved a person. That's your hint.
Oh, that's exciting.
I was going to surprise you on the podcast.
We were going to have a co-star?
I'm not saying anymore. I can't say anymore. It's outside of my legal
We're going to have a
bounds.
guest star. That's
I
confirmed. Next week, we will have a guest star on the podcast.
No, we're not confirming anything.
Well, you pretty much said it. So
there's no confirmation.
No confirmation.
Outside of my legal bounds, I can't confirm.
Unconfirmed, but confirmed.
No, nothing's confirmed.
No, it's confirmed.
I deny that. I reject your claim.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, we're not confirming anything. Chat, wink.
There's no chat here.
I know there's no chat.
You're not live.
What do we call our viewers? The players?
No, that's dumb.
The gamers?
We can't call them the crossers either, because that sounds bad.
Cross players?
That's too close to cosplay, and they all might draw stuff on their cars like anime girls or something. We can't do that.
True. But what do we call them?
I don't know.
You think it'll happen?
We'll think on it. We'll end the podcast with that about ideas. We'll think on it.
We'll be organic about it. What else is going on?
Do we need an outro?
I don't think so. What are we doing? What are you doing for Halloween, Mike?
I don't think anything. You know, I got some pumpkins to carve. That's about it.
Really? That's more than I did.
What'd you do? Did you do anything?
Oh, nothing. I did absolutely nothing. I might put out a couple of decorations, but we never get trick-or-treaters. So
what about a let's play in a spooky game?
The only time I'm ever going to play a spooky game is when I hit my sub goal, and we're doing it for charity. We already talked about this, Mike.
Streamer, by the way.
Streamer, by the way.
You want to plug yourself while you're at it?
Twitch.tv/Battleman36.
There it is. We'll see her there, everybody.
See you there. I wanted to talk some more about 2020. I feel like if there's an elephant in the room, we're not addressing it, but we only have so much time.
What do you mean there's an elephant?
There's a few elephants.
Go ahead.
Well, just 2020 in general. It's been But
what's your elephant, Tina? You're talking about elephants and animals and tigers and bears.
My dog
What's
is here.
this elephant?
He's a good boy, all right? He's not an elephant. He's only a little chubby.
Who are you talking about? You talking about me? What's going on?
Maybe.
Damn.
But no, it's just this year's been quite hectic.
I think everyone would agree.
But it's been so long that I can't really remember specifics. It's all kind of a blur, you know? Things just happened.
Like 2 days ago, it was March.
Right?
That's how I feel.
Dude, summer didn't exist this year. It just didn't happen.
No, it didn't. I swam twice.
You could fool me, though, because it's been hot as hell.
It's not right now. It isn't for me.
It's hot as hell. I'm sweating my tits
for you?
off. Here, it's
all right,
hot.
everyone, 6:41, October 27th. What's the temperature? Comment below. What's the temperature?
It's almost sunset and it's 70 degrees outside.
Shit, it's like 48 right now or something like that. I don't know.
You want to trade?
Where I'm at.
We can trade.
Honestly, no, because I like the cold.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, fuck you.
Dude, I almost passed out. I'm wearing my mask. I almost passed out from the heat because it was so hot.
It's more fun that way. You get to see like crystals and stuff in the sky.
Crystals?
Yeah, you know when you're about to pass out?
You see spots. You don't see crystals. This isn't fucking an invasion.
Nah.
Usually I lose my vision before I pass out. Anyway. What are you playing?
Let me ask,
this is a gaming podcast. What are you playing?
Oh, yeah. What have I been playing? I've been doing... What have I been doing? Oh, yeah. A couple buddies got me into just playing Smite every now and then.
Oh, okay. So you're playing Smite and RuneScape.
Don't judge me. Okay, first of all, I do some
2014
Overwatch
is
and
called,
Rocket League.
and they want their games back.
I do Overwatch and Rocket League, too.
Oh, God. It really is 2014.
There's no good ones right now to play. I don't want to play COD.
You could play Warzone with me. It's a separate download now.
Yeah, but it's COD.
Yeah, but I got to win today in Zombies Royale.
Well, I don't want to play COD.
What else do you want to play?
I don't know. You want me to talk about games real quick, Tina?
It's the gaming podcast, Mike. I think we should talk about games for a little bit.
I'm working on it. All right. Let me get there. You keep interrupting me rudely.
Go ahead.
Might as I say.
I'll shut up.
RuneScape.
So about that RuneScape, how's that Halloween event for the 15th year in a row?
First of all, Halloween event always sucks.
Always sucks, right.
They added a cool cosmetic from the event, and it's a attachment for the head slot, and it's like if your head got cut off, that's what it looks like.
So you're a headless horseman.
Yes, and it honestly looks fucking hilarious.
Is this the pixelated like the original RuneScape?
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, I can't play it because the graphics are bad." Well, screw you, dude. Okay.
I play World of Warcraft. I have nowhere to judge.
Yeah, well, World of Warcraft's better pixel or better graphics.
Not classic. Oh yes, classic still has better graphics, but not. It's nothing to write home about.
Well, the cool thing with RuneScape, they have a game mode called. They have a game mode like RuneScape has a game mode coming up called Trailblazers, and it's cool. Because I don't know if you know anything about it. Probably not.
Nope.
In RuneScape, you have pretty much two types of accounts. There's another type of account, but we won't talk about it. Mm-hmm. One is like a regular account where you go in, you can trade with people and like the market and stuff. You can, whatever. You do whatever you want, Mm-hmm. And there's another mode called Iron Man. And that mode, you can't trade with people. You can't go in the market. And you have to get everything yourself. So it's played as if it's single player, is how it is.
What's the point? Go ahead.
Some people challenge themselves where some people will just make money and then buy everything they need rather than going out and earning the unique items and stuff. Mm-hmm. Some people like the challenge. But in Trailblazer, this new game mode that's coming out, everyone is that Iron Man, so you can't trade with anyone. But they have special things that are called relics, where you unlock them by completing tasks and stuff and turning points in. And they give you superpowers for your account, essentially. You choose between 3 relics, and they've only revealed the first tier. And in the first tier, there's one that if your inventory's full and you're cutting wood or something, it'll just go straight to your bank. You don't have to go and bank it all. You don't pretty much have infinite inventory, and you get double the amount per thing you cut or fish or whatever.
Okay.
And there's another one that every time you say you have a full bag of something that you want to fletch into bows or something, one click will complete the entire thing instantly. Like, that's another thing.
So like you're upgrading your game to a modern one with these routes.
Yeah, to something that's just like it's beyond crazy, and all rates are like 5 times the normal, and like the further you get in the game, the more times the multiplier gets.
And
it's just fun and stuff.
What I don't get is you're playing a multiplayer game, right?
What?
You're playing a multiplayer game, arguably an MMO, right?
Yeah.
And yet you're choosing to not interact with other people.
It's just the specific game mode. It's 2 months long.
Okay, but even with the Iron Man as well.
Yeah, people are idiots who get Iron Man. Don't talk to me for an Iron Man.
But again, you're the point.
Yeah, but the only thing you get in your main, because you can transfer over your rewards from the game mode to your main account.
Okay.
It's all cosmetics, but they're all tradable, so you can like turn in something and trade them, and you might make some good money off it, depending on how high you get.
Well, that's neat.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
That's what I got going on.
I mean, you've been playing RuneScape, I think every day of your life since you were like 12.
I did take a very, very long break, probably from middle school to junior year of college.
Right.
But I got back into it because it came out on mobile.
That's how I was with Pokemon. In middle school, I stopped playing, and then I started playing again when I was an adult.
Can we talk about Pokemon for a second?
Sure.
The new DLC and the DLC that came out like a couple months ago, it's just beyond disappointing.
I refuse to pay DLC for a Pokemon game.
I only did it because I wanted to try it, and I hate it.
No, it's wrong. It feels so wrong. I've been playing Pokemon since the 90s. The fact that they're adding DLC Pokemon doesn't work.
I agree. And you know what? I don't know if you heard about the first expansion, Tina. The first expansion added a new area and like Pokemon that obviously already existed in the past, and like 1 or 2 new ones, I guess. But I beat it in like 2 hours, and the expansion was 8 battles, 5 of which the trainer only had 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
It was so bad.
I get that these games need to make more money because of inflation. The cost of games hasn't gone up in like 15 plus years.
Yeah.
So I get that there's inflation, so they need to really realistically charge like $70 to $80 for a game. And DLC is the way they kind of make up that difference. But I refuse to pay for separate DLC for games like Pokemon. That's just outrageous. Because clearly they have nothing to give to the players that isn't fair to the people who just bought the game. So they intentionally don't put a lot in the DLC.
Right. I completely regret it. And if anyone's thinking about getting it, don't. Like, that's my suggestion.
Yeah, just
you made a good call, Tina.
Just don't. It just feels wrong, and clearly it is wrong.
It is. Some people are like, "Oh, you're just hating on it because you're just a hater."
There's a lot of hate for Sword and Shield in general because of the laziness in terms of like animation. This is the first real Pokemon for consoles, and they reused assets from the 3DS again. I get that there's a shit ton of Pokemon, but come on, there needs to be some level of innovation from game to game. That isn't just, we have 50 new Pokemon, we have 100 new Pokemon, but we're keeping all the animations and graphics relatively the same.
Do you know what my favorite part of Pokemon games is? Exploring and finding something you didn't know was there.
Right, like
for
Pokeball
example.
or something.
Yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, best games, including like the originals obviously, but just talking about the most recent remake, where all the legendaries you can go and find, you can fight your former self. None of this is pointed to you in the game. It's just something you find.
Right.
And in Sword and Shield, there's not a single legendary you find by going out and looking for it.
Do you remember finding like Entei and shit?
Yeah, it was lit. Like randomly in the forest.
Right, and it was amazing, and they could run away from you. You can find them again.
Yeah, it was great.
No, I agree. It had a lot of replayability. And I remember when shinies meant something in the games.
I know.
And now you have people... I don't hate on these streamers. I don't. They're doing their thing. They're catering to their audience. But they just shiny hunt. That's all they do with their lives, or in their streams. They just shiny hunt forever.
And they even got rid of the fun way for shiny hunting.
Yeah.
It's pretty much only eggs now, because the other method, I thought it was a glitch, but they haven't changed it, so it's like 1 in 2,000.
I don't mind shiny hunting. I think shinies are great. And then
I agree.
You just run into people with full teams of hack shinies. It's just...
I agree. What was your first shiny? Have we talked about that?
My first, like, authentic shiny?
Mm-hmm.
I got a shiny trade in a wonder trade. It was probably a hacked shiny.
Yeah,
But my first real full odds shiny, I was playing a ROM, and it was the Ponyta.
That's what I thought. I remember that moment.
Yeah,
I think I was there.
it was the Ponyta, and then the next time I think there were Eevees. I've hatched Eevees before, full odds.
I remember that hunt too.
And
I was watching.
I've encountered Eevees, full odds as well.
Yep, I remember watching you shiny hunt those Eevees too.
I just everyone loves Eevee to the point where Eevee's like the next big mascot behind Pikachu. But
well, yeah, because they made a whole damn game with it.
Right, it's just so easy to get multiple forms that look dope when you shiny hunt Eevee.
Do you still play Pokemon Go?
I do occasionally, but I really got pissed off with the Mega Evolution system.
Everyone did.
So I stopped
They've
playing.
done better with it, but it's still stupid.
It's terrible.
It's really bad.
If I want to get 100,000 Mega Candy and I can have it permanently evolved to Mega Evolution, that'd be dope. It would take a long time, but it would be permanent. The fact that it only lasts 2 hours?
Yep. I think they upped it to 6.
It's stupid. I'm not going to spend days out of my life to have a temporary upgrade. No, that's stupid.
Right. So if anyone doesn't know, you get in Pokemon Go, you upgrade or you evolve, I guess, Mega Evolve your Pokemon with Mega Evolve candies, and I got 40 or something like that from a raid of where I needed 6 people to do it with me, and obviously some of you can do it with 4. I don't care, right? But it takes a lot to get it, and then you finally evolve it, and it's only that way for 3 hours.
And it's typically only gotten through raids, right?
Yeah, and there was Charmander Day. They gave energy for completing certain
right.
tasks. Right,
it's just give us money, buy the raid passes, and I hate that you can't hold a certain amount of free raid passes or the
I agree. The remote ones.
The remote ones, because clearly they don't want that to be a feature in there forever.
You got to give them credit. They did really good for COVID.
I really love the remote raid pass. The COVID version of the game is the best version they've ever had.
I agree.
But the only reason they did that is because of a fucking pandemic. And all those changes are going to slowly be reverted to the normal Pokemon Go. And I hate it. I'm disappointed.
They said a lot of them they're keeping, actually.
Which ones?
For example, in the past, I don't know if you knew this, you had to walk around in order to do the Battle League.
Uh-huh. Which was
They're
stupid.
making it so... It was very stupid, but they're making it so you don't have to do that.
Right.
And I think they also made permanent the double length to spin stops in access gyms.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I think they're making that permanent.
That should be permanent. I shouldn't have to, drive into a building to spin a Pokestop.
Yeah, but that'd be cool, though.
Because most people just spin from their cars. Come on. I get you want people to move and interact with each other, but most people don't do that. Especially after the Pokemon Go hype. It's great if you live, on a college campus or something, because you will make friends.
Right.
Or during community days.
I still go out on community days.
Yeah, community days, you actually do run into people depending on how popular the stop is. But other than that, most people, you don't run into other Pokemon players, really.
Yeah, not anymore. Not like you used to.
No.
The good old days when world peace was
Dude, remember when people were screaming, "There's a fucking Umbreon!" And everyone's just running down the street. Oh my god. People who have no idea what an Umbreon is. They're just running down the street.
Oh. Did I tell you my embarrassing story?
No, tell me.
This was during the height of Pokemon Go, where near my original house, I was still living from home, I think, at the time. Back with my parents and stuff. And there's a reservoir near my place. And that's where everyone went to because there was a Pokestop there and a bunch of water Pokemon where that was rare because normally it's just Rattata or Pidgey. They didn't have events back then.
Right.
So there's a bunch of really cool water types. Sometimes you'd see a Gyarados pop up and everyone would freak out and people would just walk around the reservoir the whole time. But one time it was late at night. It was probably 1 a.m. No one's out walking around the reservoir unless you're playing Pokemon. And it's still crazy busy at 1 a.m.
Right.
So I'm walking around and I see a Gyarados is on my nearby. And there's this couple that walks by me. And I'm like, hey, did you see the Gyarados over there? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's one in the nearby. They're like, I don't know what that is. No, I'm sorry. They were not playing.
This fucking psycho.
Why
At
were
1
they
o'clock in the
walking?
morning.
It was 1 in the morning. Why are you walking around the reservoir?
Just this dude, this sad 20-something in a hoodie, 1 o'clock in the morning, ranting about some pixelated monster.
What's wrong with them?
What are you walking? Who walks?
Yeah, 1 in the morning. Let me play Pokemon on my phone.
It reminds me of all the stories of people getting arrested for trespassing playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Have you ever been pulled over playing Pokemon?
No, I've never been pulled over. I'm a good little noodle.
Been a good little noodle. I know someone who got pulled over because they were playing
Have
Pokemon.
you been pulled over for Pokemon?
I haven't.
Okay.
I don't drive and look at my phone at the same time because I'm klutz,
That's fair.
and that's not something I should be doing anyway.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah, I've known people who've gotten pulled over for playing Pokemon. And apparently it was so common in that because there's a lot of Pokestops in that area. Apparently they're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this happens all the time.
Seriously?
Yeah, they were just making sure they weren't drinking. Because they were going slow. They were going slow. They were just kind of swerving a little bit because they were looking at their phone.
Interesting.
And there was just a lot of stops in that area, and there was no one out. The cop pulled them over. They're like, "Oh no, it's fine. It happens." We had a lot of Pokemon players around here. We're just making sure you're not drunk.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
What if they were drunk while playing Pokemon though? That's a perfect
Then
excuse.
they're getting arrested.
Aw,
Can't be drunk.
boo.
Sorry, Mike.
Down with the man.
What other games are you playing? Just Runescape? I'm playing Hades, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh
My
God.
buddy's got into it. He also got into Rogue Company too. It's just, I don't know. I need a good multiplayer game.
I haven't played Rogue Company. I don't know any good multiplayers, but Blade Runner also looks good. Or Ghost Runner, excuse me. There's this really cool like ninja parkour. It's kind of a mix of. It looks like Mirror's Edge mixed with Super Hot with a sword.
Oh, really? Interesting.
It's like $20 right now on Steam. This came out today. It looks really cool.
It's got the Tina seal of approval.
Yeah, Tina seal of approval. I haven't played it yet, but it looks good.
Have you seen that other game, Phasmophobia, that's been going around?
Yeah. Scary. No play.
I feel like it's more funny than it is scary. Like, it's got jump scares, but, like, you laugh about
goofy animations. Have you seen people, like, break their backs?
Oh, I have, and it's great.
It's super wonky. I love indie devs, man. They're great.
Yeah. What have you been watching lately? YouTube or Twitch-wise?
Mostly YouTube. I've been watching painting restorations. I've been watching
All right.
really old 80s tech videos, like people looking at 80s computers and 90s computers and kind of looking into the hardware and the oddities that are.
Did any of them have beans in them?
Huh?
Did any of the PCs have beans in them?
Beans? No beans. No rice either.
Do you know what I'm referencing?
No.
You didn't see that video where the guy filled his entire PC with beans and then asked a repair guy to come take a look at it and see why it wasn't working?
That's disgusting.
It's so funny.
That's disgusting. Let me see my recommended as well. World of Warcraft. A guy who lives in his van.
Okay.
Lots of YouTube, lots of weird recommendations and whatnot. I'm trying to think of TV shows I've watched.
I'm getting mad at Umbrella
King of the
Academy.
Hill again. I'm watching King of the Hill.
Umbrella Academy pissed me off.
Why is that?
I'm tired of the timeline changes, time jumping, and time travel. Tired of it.
I haven't seen it.
They just add so much confusion. I'm not going to talk about it because you haven't seen it.
I just can't watch any long TV shows anymore. I just don't have the patience for it.
There's only 20 episodes total between.
I know, but they're an hour long, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't sit down for an hour anymore.
I feel that.
I just don't have the attention span for it.
I feel that. I feel it.
I'd rather spend an hour playing video games, playing WoW.
That's fair. No, I can totally understand that.
Just sitting there watching something is just, I feel useless. I feel
that's why
like
I play
a
RuneScape
blob.
at the same time.
Because I'm so used to interacting with what I'm watching, so it's weird just to not move.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's like really stress inducing. The only time I watch things is when I'm going to sleep. Because it makes sense that I'm not doing anything. I'm falling asleep.
Like YouTube and stuff?
Say it again?
Like YouTube?
Yeah, it's usually YouTube. It's not like ASMR, but they're people with really calming voices. So no Let's Plays.
Gotcha. Yeah, no screaming constantly.
No screaming.
I can understand.
God, and I have to turn on ad block, otherwise I get fucking so many fucking campaign ads about random elections.
Oh my God, I'm so
This person's corrupt. This person's not. Vote for this person. It's so loud.
It is.
It's like, dude, I already voted. Leave me alone, please.
I'm voting this weekend. Go out and vote, kids.
Go vote. I don't care who you vote for. Go vote. Go share your opinion.
I was gonna say the only thing new that I've been listening to outside the ordinary is, I'm sure you're aware that I like Rooster Teeth things a lot. Mm-hmm. But
that was a bit of a
found
controversy.
out recently. What's that?
There was a controversy with Rooster Teeth, right?
I know. Let's not get into that. There's a couple of controversies.
Oof. Anyway, go on.
Outside of that, I discovered they had a hidden gem and I didn't know anything about. They made a podcast called Fuckface.
Oh, fantastic.
And they made it because they just wanted to talk about the stories that these three guys have been like having with each other, and they decided let's just make a podcast with it.
Right.
But they wanted apparently what a fuckface is when you just like screw yourself over or screw someone else over. And they said they fuckfaced themselves by naming the podcast Fuckface
because they can't monetize it.
Because they can't monetize it, but they have sponsors.
Oh yeah, you can still get sponsored.
People sponsored it.
Oh yeah.
It blows my mind.
This podcast is sponsored by Adam and Eve. You're gonna fuck yourself.
No, I don't think they had that. They had Manscaped.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I've seen YouTubers get sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Oh god.
50% coupon per toy. It's great.
All right, let's send that conversation there.
And the podcast is demonetized.
Yep. Oh, 7:01 location check, everybody. 7:01.
7:01. We almost made it an hour.
27th.
I know you have to head out soon.
Yes.
So would you like to? Any final thoughts?
Do we need an outro?
We could.
And we could just cut it off completely, like out of nowhere. Just completely cut, you know.
But we could. But where's the fun in that?
I think it's more fun. We're like breaking the chain.
Thank you for watching the Crossplay Podcast.
Is that your outro?
Thank you for watching the Crossplay Podcast. How about that?
How long should an outro be?
I don't know. All right, we're cutting.
Are we done now?
We're done.
Is that it?
We're done. It's
Should we even have outro music?
Fly flew on my nose.
All right, let's just cut it right there.
Perfect.